Hello friends, and welcome back to Random Hearts, and welcome to our living room. We are going to be setting up our Christmas tree and all of our Christmas decor in this space today. I've already begun this. We actually leave this space empty with fall decor until after the day of Thanksgiving. Now other areas of our home start seeing the Christmas spirit a little sooner than that, and at the end of this video I'm going to take you on a tour to show you our Christmas trees and how we decorate for the holidays. But this is the last room that gets dealt with, and this tree right here is pretty much the last thing I need to do in this space. Yesterday my husband got this tree up and fluffed it out for me. It is something I can't do on my own. We store all of our Christmas trees down in the crawl space, and it's a very small opening to get a very large box through. So he usually has to do that. This tree right here is about 4 years old. It is a 7.5 foot tree by 3 foot wide. It is very narrow, but that is because we need it to fit into this tiny little alcove right here. And that is perfect for us. We have the exact same size tree downstairs in our family room, but we're going to go ahead and decorate this one today. I'm definitely not going to be doing this at regular speed. I may stop and interject here and there, but we're going to get this decorated, and hopefully I can beat the sun going down. It is 2 o'clock right now, at about 2:30. And the sun has already hit the other side of the mountain. So we are in the shadow of the sun already. The sun will not go down for another couple of hours, but we get very little light this time of the year, especially this time of the day. So we'll see if we can get this tour of the Christmas trees done today. If not, we'll do it tomorrow morning, and let's just get decorating. So I'm going to begin with the bells and balls that will be going on this tree. These are actually very old glass ornaments, and surprisingly I still have all of them. So they came from Kmart of all places. And then these right here are also very old. These came from Walmart, and they are starting to lose their paint. But they are a great addition on the interior of my tree to give a little bit of light. So we're going to start with those. I also will be putting these on. They are some very heavy bells, and I believe I have one more for this year in one of my other boxes, but this is the last year these were made. So I'll be taking all of these out, and a lot of times I start with taking the ornaments out, then I'll just set them aside in piles and work with like groups. To get a lot of my ornaments ready for the tree, I am just using these really cheap hooks, like they're maybe $1 at Walmart, and I am just taking my ornaments and putting them on here like you normally would. But I give it a little bit of a twist so that they stay on the ball or on the ornament really well. And then I straighten this out, and that is so I can wire this directly to the tree. I find that when I wire them, they last a lot longer and they can't get bumped off as easily. So then I'll take this over to the tree and wrap it around the branch, and that is how I will put all of my ornaments on my Christmas tree. I find this method of wiring all the ornaments to the tree one of the most effective in keeping my ornaments from breaking. I do have occasional breaks, like I will lose an arm or a hand off of an ornament, but usually we can fix that with some glue. I have not yet lost any of these glass balls, and that is a testament to what I'm doing. To begin decorating this tree, I had to start with the bow and the ribbons that went around the tree. I did that this morning earlier. My husband actually wires the star onto this tree when he is putting the tree together, so that is helpful. But now I am just going to be adding some of those interior decorations. Those are things that I am not really concerned with seeing too clearly. They just are there for reflective purposes and to make the tree a little more sparkly. Now I have 2 step stools on both sides of the tree, but they are not the most stable. They are saddle seats, and they do not have a flat surface. So I do need to be careful getting up and down, but that is how I'm going to get this first layer of ornaments onto the tree. You may notice while I am decorating that I shut the lights off on the tree every once in a while, and that is because the white lights on the tree and the reflective properties of the ornaments I'm putting on right now do make it difficult to see where I'm placing things, and I want to make sure that I'm placing things very evenly across the tree. And because this tree is visible from the back side, you can see it when you are upstairs in the hallway, I need it to be pretty much a 360-degree view around the entire tree. So I am making sure that everything is tucked in and looks really nice before we move on to the next step. So most of my ornaments are Hallmark ornaments, and I began collecting these when I was in high school. For those of you that don't know, I did move out my senior year of high school. My mother remarried, and I was not willing to move on my last year of school. So I found a family to live with, and I moved out at 17. So my very first Christmas on my own was at 17 years old. And at the time, I bought 2 ornaments. I bought a tabletop tree and 2 ornaments. And unfortunately, I did not keep the boxes for these. I did later on start keeping the boxes for all of my Hallmark keepsake ornaments. But everything that goes on this tree has some kind of memory to it, whether it came from Hawaii or it was purchased to give to family at Christmas time. And we have done an ornament on Christmas Eve every single year for the last 30 years. And this year we are not doing that, so that feels a little odd to me. But I'm at the point where my tree has more than enough ornaments on it. So I am just finishing up some of the collections that I've started, like the Santa toy maker. And then like this year, I finished up the silver bells. That collection is complete now. So I have a few completed selections on the tree, but most of the tree is Hallmark ornaments. And a lot of times we refer to it as the Hallmark tree. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest of the ornaments on this tree. This might take me a little bit, but I will show you what it looks like in the end. So I also have a collection of ornaments that are considered magic ornaments, or ones that require batteries because they have light and sound. And some of them even have movement. But I have never stored the batteries inside these ornaments because they do corrode over time, and it also wears the battery's life out. So each of these has the battery pack inside the box, and I will be taking that out and putting it into each ornament and testing them to make sure they're still working, and then we'll hang those on the tree.
You're tuned to WXMS, all Christmas all the time. Other stations may jingle a little here and there, but only WXMS jingles all the way.
It's pretty obvious that it has gotten later in the day. We have lost our daylight and it is completely dark. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the tree here, clean up the living room, get everything put away, and then I will take you on a tour in the morning. Well, friends, I think we'll start right here with the guest room. This is pretty much the space that we decorate first when we are getting ready for the holiday season. And it does not take a lot in here. I have a couple of extra little Christmas pillows and holiday decor. Change out the red in here from an orange poppy red to a bright real red. And that seems to help a little bit with making it feel a little more Christmassy. We also add in some greenery and a couple of little touches like peppermint candies. I can't play the music box because it will be copyrighted. But yeah, the fireplace in here is a nice added touch, especially during the winter months. The basement does get a little bit cooler than the rest of the house, so that is nice. But yeah, we already have quite a bit of red in this room, so I just kind of play off of that. But most of the red in here is typically on the oranger side. And this is the first tree that goes up in the house. This right here is a little mini tree. It is all lit up and on a timer. And all of the ornaments on there are, again, Hallmark style ornaments.
with the exception of the topper. The topper is handmade. It is a beaded star. And I like to have candles going for the Christmas season. That just helps with a little more ambiance and glow. And yeah, this is our guest space. If you'd like to see the original guest space and what it looks like when it is not in Christmas mode, I will link that video up in the cards right here. So we're going to head now over to the bathroom. This is the guest bathroom. This is the bathroom on the lower level. And this right here is the shower on this side, and above the toilet area we have added a little boxwood wreath. Normally I don't put any kind of decor into our bathrooms for Christmas, but we do have guests coming this year and I want to make it feel very special for them. So we added that little wreath. We added this oil reed diffuser that is shaped like a Christmas tree. I just found that at Walmart. And then the snowman in the corner here, he does light up, but unfortunately he's battery powered, and the problem is he's not on a timer, and I do forget to shut him off. So I just prefer to leave him without being lit. I think he's pretty cute that way. And then down here I've got a new rug. Now I'm not very impressed with this rug. This came from a discount store and it was only $10, but it is very difficult to launder as the red and the white are hard to separate in the laundry. But I think this space looks pretty cute. It's definitely not something I would do every single year, but there are 4 little things in this room that I can box up and we can put those away. I do like the wreath a lot and feel that that is a good touch for this space. All right, so you've got a quick glimpse of the family room, but unfortunately the light coming in this space right now is a little bit too harsh. It's almost too harsh up here in the kitchen. But I wanted to show you, it is very early morning and the sun is just now starting to come up, what the kitchen looks like. I do decorate our kitchen very sparingly for the holidays. I've got this crock on the table with some greenery in it. I also have a tea towel at the end of the kitchen island. That tea towel does change out seasonally. I almost always have something there that is seasonal. I've got some greenery under our fruit bowl. Then our partridge in a pear tree. This is one of my favorite Christmas decorations. I started collecting this, gosh, probably about 10 years ago. And I finished up the set. I love that it has some structure here, but it does not take up visual interest. And that is important in the kitchen because you want to be able to function in this space and still cook. So I can see through it, and I love that. I also have a wreath up in the corner here on my corner cabinet. That has a change up for the fall season as well. So we just took that down and added our Christmas wreath. And of course I have candles and wax warmers that scent the place up, make it smell very Christmas-like and cozy, and I just love this space. I love that I can still function in it and it looks great. And honestly, a lot of our colors in our house work really well for the Christmas holiday season, but that is our kitchen. I think now we'll head on to the living room. As we head into the living room, you're going to see the tree that I worked on yesterday. This is probably the most precious tree in the house because of all the memories that are on this tree. Every single ornament has something special about it. And yesterday I did finish this up and I'm just very excited that it's all done. I've got some of my Toy Maker Santa ornaments. I've got my marching band up here. This is my daughter's favorite ornament right here. And it usually sits front and center because it is one of my favorites as well. We've got some Mickey Mouses on here and some of his friends. I've got some ornaments that we have gotten from friends over the years. And it's just a fun tree. There's a lot of fun stuff on here, some magic ornaments that play music, do things fun,
like move. And then of course we've got things like this. This is my son's favorite right here. Well, actually I don't know if it's his favorite, but this is one of his. And it's just a gorgeous tree. I love all the ornaments on here. They have so much meaning and so much speciality for me, and I love everything about it. But anyway, so as we pan around over here, I'm going to take you around and we'll look at the rest of the living room. I've got a garland and banner right here that does get changed out seasonally. This is what it looks like for the Christmas holiday season. I've got some antiques in here. And then this is by far one of my favorite Christmas decorations as well. This is something my husband gave me about 20 years ago. It is my one and only nativity set. And the glass plate that's behind it is from a local artist. And I just turn it so it looks like light rays coming off of Mary and the baby Jesus. And this is just a fun little space. This is a tree skirt that's on the back of our couch, but I've never used it as a tree skirt because it is so large. It does not fit in our space. And then of course we've got some candles going over here. And the center of our coffee table is always lit up with a candelabra with some greenery. And this was made by a local artist as well. I don't do that kind of sewing. I do have to buy that. But yeah, it's pretty simple decorations. But like I said, everything in this space kind of lends itself to the Christmas holiday season. We have a lot of fun colors in this space that work well for Christmas. And that is our front room. Let's head downstairs and we'll finish this video up. All right, let's try this one more time. We're going to try to get this space down here. This is our family room. Light coming in here is still pretty harsh, but it kind of stays that way most of the day. This is where we spend all of our Christmas morning. This is where we enjoy watching television. This is our only TV in our house. And this fireplace right here is a gas-powered fireplace. When we first moved in, we had a wood-burning stove here, and it took up quite a bit of the floor space. If you'd like to watch a video on that, I've been thinking about putting that together. And I do have some photographs that we could use and a little bit of information there. But this fireplace we did ourselves. It was a lot of work, but definitely something that was well worth it in the end. My fishing Santa. You'll see I've got quite a bit of fishing decor in this room, and it's not because my husband's a fisherman. So this tree right here is very simply decorated. It is the exact same shape and size as the one upstairs in the living room, but this tree is fitted into this corner, so that is necessary to have a nice slender tree. A lot of the ornaments on here are nature inspired. I've got a lot of natural wood elements. I've also got some red bells. These are some of my favorites right here, these lanterns. These were bought at a department store that went out of business. It was very much like a Macy's. And I just love all of the fish decor, bear decor. I've got a lot of my barefoot ornaments on this tree. Like I said, it's very nature inspired. There's a lot of natural elements on here. A lot of pine cones, birch bark. And I have enjoyed this tree, but there's not a lot of sentimental ornaments on here. These are just ornaments we have purchased over the years, or I have found at craft fairs. But you'll see I've got some gifts under there already. We are getting very close to the Christmas season, and of course I like to be ahead of the schedule. So this is our family room space. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I'm going to finish this up upstairs where the lighting's not quite as bad, and we'll see you then. Well, friends, we are going to end this video about where we started it. We are right here in the living room and the tree is completed. All of our holiday decorations are up in the house and I couldn't be happier. This is my favorite season of the year. And I love to go all out and decorate as much as possible. Typically, the other holidays of the year, I don't decorate as often and as much for them. This front living room, this is where all of my seasonal decor is for the year, and I rarely put it in other areas of the house. Occasionally, we'll get something in the kitchen, but other than that, this is the time of the season that I go a little nutso and crazy with. But I love it. I love how it makes me feel. I love the warmth and the comfort I get from it. And especially here living in Wyoming, where we start getting winter sometimes in the first week of September. So it is a long winter season here, and this just helps make it a little more bearable and cozy. And I know I've said that word a lot of times in this video, but it does. It feels a lot more comforting to have my holiday decor up. So I hope this has been an inspiring video for you and you have enjoyed taking a tour of our home at Christmas time. And if you have, give us a thumbs up. And if you would like to see that video on how we put together our family room, let me know as well in the comment section down below. We hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and we will talk to you very soon. Merry Christmas.